Hello, my name is Dr. Craig Childress. I'm a clinical psychologist in Pasadena, California. I specialize in treating ADHD spectrum issues, angry, oppositional kids, family, and marital and relationship problems. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to work with a deadbeat dad. Now, a deadbeat dad, the phrase deadbeat dad, kind of has two different connotations. The first and the traditional connotation is a dad who doesn't pay child support. And from that perspective, there isn't a whole lot in terms of psychological material that there is to work with. That's basically a legal issue. And there's a lot that you can do in terms of working through the legal system. There's laws and the ability to garnish his wages, various legal options that you would have to collect child support. The one thing you cannot do is you cannot base visitation on whether or not he pays child support. The two of those are independent. But those are legal issues. The second feature of a deadbeat dad, and one that's more in the psychological realm, is what to do about fathers, and oftentimes it's fathers, who are inconsistent in their visitation with the children. They say they're going to visit the child, but then don't show up to be with the child, or they disappear for long periods of time and don't really have an involvement with the child. And many times the other parent, oftentimes the mother, feels the pain of their child who wants to have a relationship with the dad, and looks forward to these times when the dad says he's going to be over, and then becomes exceedingly disappointed when the father doesn't show up or when they are inconsistent. And the basic issue in that is you don't want to badmouth the other parent and alienate the child from a positive relationship with the other parent. At the same time, you don't want to deny the reality of what the other parent's behavior is doing to the child. Oftentimes the parents, the mothers, will err on the side of being too supportive of the father. And they will say, well, you know, your dad really does love you. And they will make excuses for the father's irresponsibility in parenting. And while this is to some degree understandable and with minor differences it can be helpful, when the father is absolutely irresponsible in working with the child, if the mother doesn't acknowledge the child's reality, the child becomes confused. The child doesn't feel loved by the father, but mom is saying he does. And that creates a sense of loneliness and alienation in the child, even more severe than would otherwise be there. So that's an interesting and difficult position for the mother or for the caregiving parent when the dad is irresponsible. The best thing we can do is offer the child a complex communication, one that acknowledges the child's hurt and frustration and sadness, but also acknowledges that that's just the way of things and that's who your dad is, and let's move on into the love that we have and the things that we can share together. It's a difficult process, and oftentimes it's helpful to seek some additional counseling. If you'd like more information on this or other child development issues, you can visit my website.